Dear guests of Dubai International Conference on Teaching, Education and Learning, welcome to the presentation on relationship between mindful attention awareness and cognitive flexibility among pre-service teachers, a regression analysis. This presentation is presented by Dr. Birender Kaur, and I am working as an assistant professor and head in the Department of Education of Akal University, which is situated in Talwandi Sabo, Bathinda district of Punjab, India. This presentation will include the following: introduction and the research gap, aim of the research, methodology used for testing the hypothesis of the present research study, followed by the findings and conclusions, and ending up at the recommendations based on the findings of the. This is a very well known fact that the quality of an education is directly proportional to the quality of teachers, which in turn depends upon the pre service teacher education program. Pre-service teacher education program prepares the prospective teachers for the future classrooms, which states that the pre-service teacher education programs or the training provided in the pre-service teacher education programs must be competent enough to train our prospective teachers or the future teachers to address the challenges of the classrooms. As it is also evident that there are different number of challenges of modern education system or present in the modern education system, like addressing to the needs of the learners who are diverse in nature, adjusting to the evolving classroom dynamics, adapting to the technological advancements, and maintaining the harmony between different elements of education system like aims, curriculum, methods of teaching, academic environment, teaching aids, and individual differences. To maintain a balance between all these elements in a classroom system requires a diverse skill set on the part of the teacher, and training in the teacher education system to train the prospective teachers so that they can navigate between the various responsibilities of the dynamic educational landscape of 21st century with very clarity and attention. And this disclosed a novice skills of teaching profession or skills needed by the 21st century teachers, that is cognitive flexibility and mindful attention awareness. This skill set will help 21st century teachers to create a dynamic and engaging learning environment so that they can prepare the students to face the challenges of the future effectively. Cognitive flexibility is not a unitary construct. It refers to the mental ability of the individual to adapt thinking, to shift attention between different tasks and concepts and perspectives, to shift from irrelevant information in a previous task to focus on relevant information in a new task or context. Or in other words, cognitive flexibility can also be known as flexible thinking, which means being able to think about something in more than one way. In other words, it can be said that cognitive flexibility refers to the mental ability to adapt to the changes in the environment by adjusting one's thinking, switching between tasks, responses, and strategies. It involves the capacity to shift cognitive processes and adapt to new information or different demands. It is a higher order cognitive function, and individuals start exhibiting such sorts of executive functions in the early years of infancy. In a nutshell, it can be said that the ability to switch between two tasks and approaching challenges from multiple angles is another skill which is termed as cognitive flexibility, or which we can say that flexibility to hold cognitive processes. Mindful attention awareness originates from ancient mindfulness and meditation traditions, notably in Buddhism, dating back thousands of years to the teaching of Siddhartha Gautama the Buddha. The idea of mindfulness has become increasingly popular in the recent years, and it has been modified and added into the number of secular disciplines such as stress management and psychotherapy. It is the key component of Eightfold Path, one of the core teachings of Gautam Buddha. Mindful attention awareness refers to the process or refers to the ability of an individual to intentionally concentrate on the present moment, observing thoughts, emotions, and surroundings without judgment. It entails remaining objectively present in the present moment while being mindful of one's thoughts, feelings, physical sensations, and surroundings. It means that the individual in the state of mindfulness will be more aware of the present moment and perceive stimuli without passing judgment on them or giving them a particular meaning. Past researches has shown that mindfulness has a positive correlation with ruminating thoughts. It helps in enhancing flexibility among individuals. Similarly, cognitive flexibility is interconnected with the psychological well-being, and cognitive flexibility is having a connections with mindfulness and mental well-being as disclosed by Cora and Rema. On a similar lane, it has been found by Jacques and Zelazo in 2005 and Scriff in 2001 that cognitive flexibility helps in the language development and development of mathematical skills, whereas Cora and Rema in 2021 disclosed that mindful attention awareness is connected with psychological well-being, perceived stress, and subjective well-being. Regarding the research gap of the present study, it has been found that there are a number of studies that are connecting mindfulness attention awareness with various variables like extroversion, agreeableness trait of personality, and it has been shown that students with higher mindfulness levels are found to have lower depression levels. However, there are only a handful of empirical studies that explore the relationship of cognitive flexibility in mindful attention awareness and specifically among Indian pre-service teachers, which motivates the investigator to disclose this relationship, that is the relationship between cognitive flexibility and mindful attention awareness among Indian pre-service teachers. Additionally, Additionally, the present research paper will try to explore the predictive ability of mindful attention awareness towards cognitive flexibility among pre-service teachers. Regarding the hypothesis of the present research study, first hypothesis states that there will be no significant relationship of mindful attention awareness with cognitive flexibility and its dimensions among pre-service teachers. Mindful attention awareness is not significant predictor of cognitive flexibility among pre-service teachers. Regarding the methodology used to test the hypothesis of the present study, it is to mention that descriptive survey approach was employed in the present research paper to obtain a purposive sample of 100 pre-service teachers from a public university of Kurukshetra. This study is delimited to the pre-service teachers who are pursuing 2-year Bachelor of Education program in Public University of Kurukshetra. Cognitive flexible inventory by Dennis and van der Waal is used to measure the cognitive flexibility among pre-service teachers, and this inventory is comprised of 20 items, which is used to measure two sub-dimensions of cognitive flexibility, that is alternative and control. Alternative refers to the ability of the pre-service teachers to generate alternative solutions to the situations, whereas control dimension of the cognitive flexible inventory refers to the ability to perceive difficult situation as controllable. Regarding the mindful attention awareness of pre-service teachers, a mindful attention awareness scale developed by Brown and Rayon is used. This scale is a 6-point Likert scale and it consists of 15 items. Higher the score on this scale, refers to high mindfulness of the individual. Regarding the data analysis techniques used in the present study, mean, median, mode, standard deviation, correlation analysis, and regression analysis was computed by using SPSS 22 software for the present studies analysis of the present table displays the descriptive analysis of the data, and it states that the mean for the cognitive flexibility, alternative, and control dimensions came out to be 96.00, 68.45, and 27.55 respectively, whereas the standard deviation for the cognitive flexibility and its dimensions came out to be 11.91, followed by 9.06 and 6.30 respectively, whereas the mean for the mindful attention awareness came out to be 57.91 and the standard deviation for the mindful attention awareness came out to be 10.51. The maximum score for the kinetic flexible inventory came out to be 122, followed by 69, which is the minimum score on the same inventory, whereas 77 came out to be the maximum score on the mindful attention awareness scale, and 32 is the minimum score on the mindful attention awareness scale. Regarding the correlation analysis of the data, Pearson product movement correlation was used to compute the coefficient of correlation between mindful attention awareness and cognitive flexibility and its dimension among pre-service teachers. And it is observed from the table that the correlation coefficient between the cognitive flexibility and mindful attention awareness came out to be 0.559, which is significant at 0.01 level, whereas the coefficient of correlation between mindful attention awareness and the cognitive flexibility dimensions like alternative and control dimension came out to be 0.353 and 0.550, which is also significant at 0.01. The present table displays the results of the regression analysis of the data which was run on the SPSS software. It is to be mentioned that before the commencement of linear regression analysis, all the required assumptions to conduct it was examined. The assumptions of homozygosity was checked by the investigation of the scatter plots, and in the present study, the Durbin-Watson values were within the limits of 1.5 and 2.5, which ensures that there is no autocorrelation. This table represents that the mindful attention awareness emerged as a significant predictor of cognitive flexibility among pre-service teachers. Mindful attention awareness explains 30.06 of the variance in the cognitive flexibility among pre-service teachers. So on the basis of the results obtained from the correlation analysis and the regression analysis, it is found that both the hypothesis of the present study stands rejected, which means there is a significant relationship of mindful attention awareness and cognitive flexibility and its dimensions among pre-service teachers. Similarly, mindful attention awareness came out to be a significant predictor of cognitive flexibility among pre-service teachers by predicting 30.6% of the variance in cognitive flexibility among pre-service teachers, which shows that with the increase in the level of mindful attention awareness, the level of cognitive flexibility among the pre-service teachers increases. This study, however, then recommends that the culture of mindfulness in educational institutions will improve the flexibility levels among pre-service teachers. Therefore, tailoring of the learning environment of the teacher training institutions by incorporating substantial number of mindful related activities like meditation camps, workshops to make pre-service teachers flexible enough to generate functional solutions while addressing the diverse classroom situations. This study is funded by Indian Institute of Teacher Education, and this study is an outcome of minor research project sanctioned by Center of Research, Indian Institute of Teacher Education under the Namo Matrabhumi Mission Shardham projects. The references for the present study is included in this present slide. Thank you for the patience listening. And for any questions, please email at kr.birinder@gmail.com.